Shalom. We back with another video. So there's this famous YouTuber and TikToker by the name of Jack Doherty. I don't know if I said his last name right. This YouTuber and TikToker, he does a lot of prank videos, and he's like, famous all over the world. He has 12.7 million subscribers on YouTube, and he has 9.3 million subscribers on TikTok. So he got 12.7 million on YouTube, 9.3 million followers on TikTok. So that's a lot of people who follow him. And he does a lot of videos in this house as well. And I don't know if it's his house, and it could be his crib, maybe not, I don't know. But he has other content creators with a lot of subscribers. They come to this house, and they pretty much prank each other. They insult each other. They ask personal questions. They crack jokes on each other, and they even fight one another. They assault each other, And when you see these videos, it's like I don't know what's the point of it. I don't know. It's just, I guess it's just for views. People just they act how they act just to get view, clout. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. But anyway, there's a video he did that caught my attention, and there was this individual, I don't know if he's a rapper, I don't know who this guy is, but he had this chain, and he was called out on it by another influencer named Zerka. Now Zerka he has been on a few podcasts. He's also been on podcasts like Fresh and Fit, and he's also on a lot of Jack Doherty's videos. He's known too. And so before I get to Zerka calling out this man on his chain, I want to let y'all know that there's also a video of Zerka confronting a 32-degree Freemason, asking him who his supreme authority is. There's a video out there of that. And Zerka told the Freemason, he was like, there's no way, this is coming out of his mind, he was like, there's no way that you believe in fraternity over truth. And the Mason told him, he was like, that's why he joined Freemasonry, to get the truth. And the host of the podcast also asked the Mason flat out the same thing, and told him, if he found the truth. And the Mason told him no. So after the Mason said no, Zerka continued with that Mason. And he was like, you went through 32 degrees and you still haven't found anything? Literally, it's just coming out of his mouth. And the Mason says to Zerka, 32 degrees is not that impressive. And Zerka told the Mason that he was like in 30th, 31, 32nd, and 33rd degrees, because remember, they gotta go to levels. They rank up in that occult. They rank up. So he was like in 30th, 31, 32, and 33, 33rd degrees. He said, he told him they adhere to supreme authority named Lucifer on page 32 of Morals and Dogma, written by Albert Pike. He pretty much called that Mason out. and pretty much told y'all to your face and to that Mason that who the Masons in that occult, who they serve, who their supreme authority is, and who they answer to is Lucifer, aka Satan, the devil. And he also called out the book 32, and he said in page 32 of Morals and Dogma, written by Albert Pike. And if y'all don't know who Albert Pike is, I heard a honk. Albert Pike was a Masonic leader, and he also ran the KKK. And if you look up his political ties, you see the way that they play. Pretty much, this is for entertainment and educational purposes. Entertainment, and pretty much it was a systemic genocide of the people of color. And that Mason, when Zerko was pressing him, that Mason pretty much, he did not deny what Zerko was saying. And he didn't even say that Zerko was wrong, not even once. He didn't deny it. And Zerko was like on him, pressing him. Yeah, he called him out. And he also told y'all, if you see the video, he called it out to your face and said who the Masons, who's their supreme authority. So back to what I was saying. So Zerka called out the rappers, the chain in Jack Doherty's video that he does in his houses with all these other content creators. But that one specific video, Zerka called out this individual. I don't know if this guy's a rapper, I don't know who he is, but he called him out on this chain, and it's there, the video's there. And he said to the guy, this piece is a spell circle. That's magic. And then the man, after Zerka told him that, the man put his hands over his mouth like this, telling Zerka pretty much to shh, be quiet about it. And Zerka still kept going. And he was like, oh, you engage in magic and witchcraft? Then he was like, keep in mind, as he's saying this to the man, the word in the background, and let me use the word allegedly, Jack Doherty, but the word was mentioned there. But I'm going to say allegedly, but this was on Jack Doherty's page, because on his page, this is what he does. He had people come to this house. No other content creator, no other people does this but him. So I don't know if it's his crib or they use this crib, but people come to this house that he invites these people to come over. And then they just do all what they do in this house. So as he's saying this as Zerka's saying this to this man with the chain, it's a circle, but it's a spell chain. As he's saying this to the man, you hear the words in the background. Now the camera doesn't show Jack, and it doesn't show the man, but literally when Zerka was talking to the man about the spell circle that the man had, the only people in that area in the kitchen was Zerka, Jack, and that man he was talking to. So when Zerka's talking to the man, you hear the words in the background, pretty much saying, La Molech, pretty much. And Zerka continues to tell the guy, after that word is saying, he was like, oh, you industry people. He was like, oh, you industry people, y'all know what that is. And he was like, I'm not trying to get you in trouble, but he was like, this guy's going to hell. He pointed at him and started laughing. And Zerka looks in the camera and says, I don't roll with these guys. And he was like, these guys right here, they pretty much mess with dark arts. And then he tells the man with the chain, he was like, that he knows his stuff because he's wearing it. He was like, oh, you know your stuff, because Zerka knows his stuff too. I mean, he just confronted a Mason on a different podcast, pretty much told y'all, you know, who their supreme authority is, Lucifer, and that Mason didn't deny it. And he also didn't really, like, Zerka was on him if you see the video. So Zerka knows his stuff too. And that man wearing that circle chain knows his stuff too. And Jack as well, if he's getting all these views, subscribers, you know what I'm saying? So they know their stuff. And, you know, the guy was literally telling Zerka to not tell anybody about that. Like, don't tell anybody. Mind you, that wasn't a pre-recorded video that they were doing as well. Because Jack Doherty, when he does these videos in his house, he does live content. So it's not like he makes this video like how I'm doing it with you guys now. It's not live. I'm recording it, presenting the video to you, and then I send it out. That's not what he does. He actually, everything he does is not like this, but it's live. It's at the moment, at the second, and people join and they start commenting and they're viewing. So it happened while it was live. Everybody was there. They were watching, the viewers. You know, it was live. And that guy pretty much told Zerka, like, don't tell nobody. That was all on live. It was happening at the moment. People were signing in, commenting. It's crazy. And they were doing it in your face. Now, that chain that man had is real witchcraft. It's a black magic circle. And it's known as the circle of chaos. And, you know, I don't want y'all to look into it. You know, I don't want you to be curious. I don't want you to look into it because, you know, I'm just bringing this to your attention. This is for entertainment purposes, educational purposes, but entertainment, it's entertainment. It's all for entertainment. And, you know, I'm just bringing this to your attention and just bringing an awareness to y'all because, you know, if you start to look into it because you want to be curious, that's pretty much, you know, that's slowly opening a door, and you pretty much opening yourself up for demons to start messing with you and your subconscious mind. So, you know, I don't even really want y'all to do that. Don't even start messing with that stuff. And the Bible also tells us to be very wise. Everyone has heard about your obedience, and this makes me happy for you. I want you to be wise in what is good and to avoid what is evil. Romans chapter 16 verse 19. So the Bible and the Most High tells you to be wise. Now when Zerka was calling out the man for his, you know, that satanic chain, the word Lamolek was said in the background. Now the Bible term for Lamolek would be translated to Moloch. And Moloch in the Bible was a Canaanite deity associated with the practice of child sacrifice. And it's pretty much mentioned in Leviticus, Deuteronomy, and Ezekiel as well. And the name derives from combining the Hebrew of the Hebrew melech, which is king, with the vowels of bashet, which is shame, and the latter often being used in the Old Testament as a variant name for the popular god Baal, Molech. And this is who these people look up to. You know, Aleister Crowley, who was into evil arts. He was also an occultist. You know, the guy who, you know, they look up to, these occultists, Satanists, they look up to Aleister Crowley. And this is the same man, which his last words on his deathbed, his last words was, "I am perplexed. Satan, get out." Perplexed means confused. And look at what he said about the whole child sacrificing. This is literally what he said out of his own mouth, Aleister Crowley, who they look up to. A white male child of perfect innocence and intelligence makes the most suitable victim. Yep, that came out of Aleister Crowley's mouth. and he was an occult leader, and he's pretty much the godfather of the dark arts. This is who they all look up to. Yeah, this is the same guy who said, I am perplexed, Satan, get out. Because Satan got the whole world and all of them deceived, you know? So yeah, I just broke it down to you about, you know, that video that caught my attention. I was like, wait, Jack Doherty and kids and teenagers follow this individual as well. With all the viewers like that, you know? So it's like, yeah, I saw that video, that caught my attention, and I had to bring light to it. I was like, whoa, hold up a sec. So, yeah, man, be wise on this walk. Stay prayed up, stay on the Most High, stay with the Most High, repent. Spiritual warfare is real. It is real. And, yeah, be careful with who you hang around, who you allow in your circle, because, you know, there's a lot of things happening in this world, man. And, yeah. A lot of y'all, man, if y'all still asleep, I suggest y'all unplug from the Matrix to wake up. Wake up. Stop sleeping. It's in your face. Until the next video.